guys, this is Jella and welcome back to my channel. We are now part 8 in our no Gamepass Japanese town. We are already done with the shops and now we are making a small family house. This will only have 2 rooms and 1 bathroom. So we will be making the residential house on this corner. We only have 2 parts left in this town series and we are almost done, guys. And again, this is a no Gamepass town, so if you want to build your own small Japanese town without buying any Gamepass, then this series is for you. In the part 1, I covered this whole area the same as the road, so I just deleted the flooring and this house marking since I made changes on the size of the house. I'm using this tall wooden fence for the house, so just delete the fence we added from the tea house. After I added the fences, I realized the house layout wouldn't fit, so I deleted the road and fixed this. I moved 1 square front, so there will be no sidewalk on this residential area. I maximized the space to add the fences so we can have a good amount of space in the house. Then I added this aluminum driveway gate and colored the gate and fence to light stone gray. I'm just showing the house layout so you guys can follow, but you can just leave the fence marking so you wouldn't spend money. So this is our house and we will be adding thick square pillar on the corners. I didn't recolor the pillars first because I wasn't sure what I should color it. But you can make this wooden brown. Don't forget to delete the markings before adding the walls so you can have a few money back. So this house layout is kind of small for a family house, but since this is a traditional Japanese house in this modern era, we will be adding an open area for the tea room. I'm adding a flat roof first and extend the roof a bit outwards. Then I copied the roof from the tea house, but I will be using grime for this house. I also changed the ceiling texture to wood planks. And then add another roof, which is the flared mansard roof. Make sure to place it the same location as the flat roof. And for the floor, I made a mistake by adding this floor all over the house. I will be using this wooden planks, but will be deleting this flooring later because I will use a different floor texture for the rooms. I used a concrete texture for the front of the house, which is the parking area. Now add short fence on the end of the wood plank flooring. Use delete undo technique on spaces with the pillars. This wooden floor extension is the en-gawa, which is an open corridor for traditional Japanese houses. I copied the pool water from the tea house and we will add a small pond at the back of the house. I also copied this large tree and place it in the corner. It is very big, so delete the fence first and try to move the tree leaves on the fence side so it would look like the leaves have grown hanging outside the fence. Then add flooring and make an angle on some of the edges so it wouldn't look too boxy. We will color this floor a grass color, but I will make the color a bit darker than the usual grass. Color the bottom side of the floor to grass, since some parts of the floor is visible in the pond area. Now let's add a few landscaping in here. We can't really add much here, but I will try not making it plain. I'm also using this round pillar as a bamboo and just add a few on the corner side. It looks quite crowded there, so I placed the other bamboo at the back of this large tree. Now we will add a stone to cover up the sharp edges. And alternate the stone with the compact bush or any plant you would like to add here. I want to add a bunch of fireflies on this pond, so add a floor first and then put the fireflies over the floor. I changed the color a bit dimmer but still used a warm tone. Don't forget to delete the floor after adding the fireflies. Now we will color the exterior walls, and I wanted to use a yellowish shade with wooden texture. So I ended up using beige. And for the square pillars, we will use wooden brown. I'm going to use a robust crown molding for the exterior of the house. Color this the same brown, but use a wood tile texture. And then we will add a short molding. So I will just use the wood deck tile texture for the bottom part of the molding. Now we will add pillars on the corners of the en-gawa. Toggle the roof when adding the pillars since we cannot add it with the roof on. I colored the pillars inside the house, and let's just color the interior walls too. I wanted this house to look a bit old, so I used the stained wall texture. And color this cloudy gray. This house has been passed down by the family for generations, and now a married couple with their daughter lives in here. Anyways, add a flat crown molding for the interior walls except the first room that I left out, which is the bathroom. Color the rest of the house, even the kitchen area. I added a wall separation for the entry area, but forgot to change the flooring, so let's leave it that way, hee. This is the part where I realized I made a mistake with the flooring. I had to delete it all and then add one by one since I have to make the tea room and bedroom with tatami floor mats. So sorry, I should have added the tatami floor first earlier, hehe. And just like what we did for the tea house, we will make the whole room flooring to wicker texture. I used the shade cashmere for this. Copy this color and texture to the bedrooms. And then we will use a plain marking to make it look like a floor mat. Make sure to structure the tatami mat into 2 square and the middle to 1 square. You can follow how I did if you want the same outcome. I just made the flooring a tatami mat for the bedroom since this house was built for many decades and the family decided to really honor this house. I used tiles for the bathroom just like from the public bathhouse. And now we will add a garage door frame as an opening going to the tea room. I placed the door frame on the 3 sides except going to the kitchen. This tea room also serves as the living area and guest area when they visit the house. Since I added this wall in the entrance, I will just use an open door frame. And for the main entrance door, we will use this glass panel door. Add 2 of this door to make it look like a double door. I'm gonna add a cypress tree on this corner so the open tea room wouldn't be too exposed outside, hehe. I also added the snake leaves plant on the back side of the house, just to add some more plant. Since this front side is the bathroom, we cannot add a large window, so I'm just using the horizontal window. And I'm gonna add it above the entrance door as well. Now for the interior doors, I will use this sleek sliding door and just recolor this the same as the main door. Let's do the entrance area first, so I'm just gonna add this cabinet and let's pretend that this is a shoe cabinet. I'm gonna clutter up this area and feel free to add whichever clutter you would like. This photo frame will be a family photo which I will just search up in the free images later. I will also be adding a lot of this modern horizontal painting around the house. I also added an umbrella stand on the corner. On this corner, I just added a floor plant and a wooden stool. Let's not forget to add some shoes and slippers at the bottom, and this is the regularly used ones. Now let's do the shared bathroom. As much as I want to make a bigger bathroom, we will have to work with whatever space we have. And it is important for every Japanese houses to have a bathtub. I am making a separate shower and scrubbing area. So this is the first bath, and after cleaning your whole body, you can now dip into the hot water tub. I'm just adding a plastic stool for sitting while washing the body. I'm gonna use this industrial sink since this is the best option for small bathroom spaces. And it has a good storage space in the bottom. I added 2 regular mirrors by using delete undo technique, but since I will be interchanging the location of the toilet bowl and the sink, I will be showing the process later. I added some soap and toothbrush container on the sink. And beside the toilet bowl is a plunger and toilet paper. I moved back the bathroom door and on the side we will place the hook rack. Don't forget to add light switches on each room so the house would look realistic. And I'm gonna add bathroom towels on this empty wall. I changed the color of the bathtub to look a bit old and always being used. Then I added an oak shelf, which I colored the same as the wall. This is for the bath products. I mentioned earlier about the interchanging of the sink and toilet bowl. In my original plan, the toilet bowl is supposed to be separated. But since we have a small bathroom space, I just included it in the whole bathroom. Moving to the bedrooms. We will use this sliding door as well. And this smaller bedroom is for the daughter. Since the head of the family is a bit more traditional, they still sleep on the tatami floor with futon or the traditional Japanese bedding. I added a cabinet on the side for wardrobe. And since the daughter is a high school student, we have her study desk on the side too. I'm just gonna add clutters on the desk and some items needed for her daily use. I'm gonna add a large industrial window on the back wall. And add a pin board on the study desk for the calendar and other notes for reminders in school. The daughter is also a huge anime fan, so there will be lots of posters on the wall. I'm also gonna add a small storage dresser and on top some folded clothes and clutters. Now for the parents' bedroom, it is bigger than the first bedroom we made. And so I copied the bed we have, but since this is a more traditional take, I will be using plain white with the sand texture to give it a look that it is fluffy. I copied the cabinet from the daughter's room, added a mirror on the side and more storage boxes above the cabinet for those old items. I decided to just add a small table and seating stool in here for the parents to give this room a very traditional look. Then I copied the floor plant from the ramen and sushi restaurant and added it on the corner. Now let's make the small tea room, and I am going to copy the table we already made from the tea house. So again, we will do the delete undo technique for us to make this table look like it is one table together. It took me a few times to match the angle because I wanted it to not look too wide and big, but just the right size of the table. And then I copied the teapot we made before, and if you haven't watched the tea house, you can look for the playlist on my channel or the links in the description box. I copied the ottomans from the bedroom, but if you want to use a pillow, you can transform pillows for free without buying any Gamepass. I just wanted for the players to be able to sit, so I used an ottoman. I added a storage cabinet where I placed some vases, and feel free to clutter this up to your liking. I placed the bamboo floor plant on each of the corners so to not make it look very empty. Now for the last area of the house, we will be making the kitchen and dining. And I'm going to use the cheaper appliances since we are on a very tight budget. But feel free to use the expensive ones if you like. I'm gonna place the fridge on this back wall since this is the largest appliance we have, and it is best to be placed on a spot where you can go walk comfortably. I am going to be making a simple kitchen that is not traditional, but more on the usual kitchen you see on Asian households. I'm gonna add this rectangular dining table on this corner, and since this is only a family of 4, we will only have 4 dining chairs in here. Since we have a space in between the dining area and kitchen, I will add a breakfast counter using this Shaker Island counter. This is a good use for when the family has guests coming over. Now back to the kitchen, I'm adding this range hood. And I can't decide whether or not I should add cabinets on the side of the fridge. So I just added the overhead cabinets beside the range hood and added a window on the sink area. I think this is a better choice. Now for the counter, we will make the base wooden brown, and for the countertop, we will use the old tiles to make it look very stained and old. I'm gonna fast forward the part where I add kitchen clutters so at least you can still see what I added and recolored. There are appliances that I didn't add since this family is very simple, but if you want to add appliances of your choice, feel free to do so. Of course, we couldn't forget to add lighting in the house. So I will be using this elderly ceiling lamp as the main lighting. I used a warm yellow tone. And to give more lighting, I added sleek ceiling lights on a few corners and side, because the ceiling lamp wasn't really a good source of lighting in the house. It was just to give this a warm vibe. But the sleek ceiling light really has a good amount of light. I didn't want to leave this open front space an empty look, so I copied the tree we have. And I'm adding a small washing area on the side since the mother hand washes their laundry in here. And yeah, we are finally done with the part 8 in our no Gamepass Japanese town. And the total plot value right now is $376,320, so this build for today just sums up around $60,000 for this whole family house. And again, this is a no Gamepass town, so if you do not have any Gamepass and you want to build a small Japanese town, then this is for you. So let's go to the front of the house. As you can see, we really maximized the space, and so we don't have a sidewalk because of the fence, but it's alright since it gives a residential side. So going in, we have this front parking for one family car. It could fit 2 cars, but very tight space. I think if you move the car a bit in front, we could fit another small car. And over here we have clothes that are newly washed and hanged. So the front is very simple. I didn't really add much, and we have here a double door, so let's go inside. And this front entryway is where we leave the shoes and slippers we wear outside. I think every Asian household doesn't allow slippers and shoes to be worn inside the house because of the dirt from the soles. So this is a shoe cabinet, and we have here the car keys and a family photo frame. And over here we have a wooden stool which the family probably use when they wear their shoes. We have the light switches in here. And this is the common bathroom. We have here the bathtub that you can probably tell is very old and hasn't been changed ever since the house was built. We have the scrubbing and wash area beside the tub with the plastic stool you sit on while taking a bath. So yeah, this is the bathroom. Very plain and simple. So this is the hallway, and on the left we have the 2 bedrooms, and on the right is the tea room. So let's go to the bedroom first, and this is the daughter's bedroom. So we used tatami floor mats as well, and the bed being on the floor but with the modern beddings. You can probably tell that the daughter is a huge fan of anime by the posters on the wall. She also loves to go to the gaming cafe with her friends, but still manages to study well for her exams. Let's go to the next bedroom, which is the parents' room. And as you can tell, this is bigger than the first room. The parents are very simple and is still a bit traditional, hence the small table for them on the bedside. I used plain white bedding since this is the traditional beddings in Japanese household. And this is the dining and kitchen side. I added spoon and chopstick on the side, and we have here a bowl of rice and soup. I hope we can have more food items in the next update. I really am looking forward to food items every time there is an update because I love food. Anyways, I also added this counter area for quick meals and if there will be more family or guests that would come over. And yeah, this is the very simple kitchen. As you can tell, we have a lot of sauce bottles used for cooking. And I made the kitchen sink face the back side with a window, so the person washing dishes can appreciate the nature at the back, hehe. Now let's go to the small tea room. And this is the nearest room from the entrance because this is where you receive guests, which is more like the living room of the house. I didn't add a television around the house because the TV was broken and in the repair shop. Just kidding. I forgot to add a TV, hehe. But you can add one if you like. This tea room is my favorite part of the house. I think it looks so cute and to have a good view from outside, like look at the fireflies over the pond. I love the fresh air coming in and out of the house. Even though this is a small family house, I think it still looks good, right? Would you live here, even without TV? Hehe. Anyways, that is our small family house. Thank you guys for watching the part 8 in our No Game Pass Japanese town. This series will only have 9 parts, so the next part, which is the apartment, will be the last part of this town series before showing you the full tour. As promised, we will end the series before December. Anyways, I would appreciate your support by giving this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also click on the notification bell so you won't miss the latest videos I upload. Help me reach 10,000 subs before 2024 ends. This would help me a lot, especially in making future videos for you all. Love you guys. All the build information will be in the description box. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, or night. Love you all and take care. See you on my next video.